Hi, I'm going to walk you through setting up a new Mailerlite account. If you already set up your account, this very beginning stuff you could probably skip over. So I literally just clicked start a new account, and now I'm going to complete my profile. I have a joint PO box with my mastermind that we use for mailing. I'm going to go ahead and fix my time zone. Go through, fill out all this information, click save, and then you have to request approval. Put in your website, put in your email, go in your email, and you're going to confirm your email address, which I just did. So I'm going to reload this page and it'll say like waiting for approval. Sometimes it can take up to 24 hours to approve it. In the meantime, let's talk about a couple other things. Okay, now that we're waiting for our account to be approved, let's go in and set up a couple things. So I'm going to go in under account settings and make sure you're using the email address that you want to use. And I'm just using this for testing. Mailerlite logo will appear unless you go to a paid plan. Google Analytics is already set up for you. I'm going to go to Authentication. You want them to authenticate all emails for you. That just means like they're checking for spam and stuff. Under subscribe settings, you can enable it if you want. I actually just do single opt-in for mine. Being in the United States, if they have signed up through my form or they've actually given me their email address and I'm not just randomly adding people, then I'm following the law. So I don't worry about double opt-in, and I just clean my list from time to time from people who have never opened. Unsubscribe settings. This is where you can edit what they'll see if they click unsubscribe. So let's say I want to change that. I'm going to click edit. You can write whatever you want here. You can edit this too. Design, you can change the design if you want. You can put the background color is, you can make it your branding color if you want. Pitch clips is more of a blue. You can add an image if you want. You can change the font color of your title. So you can come here and just play around with it. You can change your buttons too. So I'll update that page. And it's kind of a little preview of what it looked like. So if someone got an email from you and they clicked unsubscribe, this is where they would be taken. There's an unsubscribe reason. And so you can see how many people clicked this. This is like self-created by Mailerlite. You can't change that. But those are general reasons that people unsubscribe. Email notifications. If you want to get notified about people subscribing to your list, which I actually kind of do, especially in the beginning, it's sort of fun to watch it grow. So you just put in your whatever email address you want to be notified. And I do subscribe and unsubscribe, or you can just do a daily summary. So once a day I'd be like, you had 2 people to subscribe yesterday and you had 1 person unsubscribe. So I'm setting that up for both right now. System notifications, and just make sure that your billing notifications are sent to an address that you check often. Integrations. If you have WooCommerce, then you can click here to connect your WooCommerce store, and your customers will automatically be added to your list, and it just kind of walks you through. So you can go through here, and each of these will kind of walk you through with what it does. If you want to set up an email template, you can do that. I usually don't. I usually keep my emails pretty simple and just use their email builder. File manager, if you want to upload some of your images. For example, I just uploaded my logo and maybe I want to put it in a new folder. So I created a folder and I moved it to a folder. You can't really see the folder. You just have to drop down here and see that there. And if I wanted to add another folder, like maybe we have a products folder. Then if I go here and I select products, you'll see nothing appears. So I can do all logos. You don't see folders like next. I'm going to go under subscribers. This is where you can see the people that are subscribed to your account. And I'm blocking out a few things because I had to move to a live account because they wouldn't approve my test account. So this will show you all subscribers, and you can click here and you can filter by various things. And then you have segments, groups, fields, some stats, and you can clean up inactive. And that basically says that inactive subscribers who've been on your list 6 months and they haven't opened up any of the emails you sent. Usually I send them a note first saying, hey, do you want to stay? And if they don't stay, then I get rid of them. Stats is just going to show you your average open rate and click rate, the subscriber rate, etc. Fields, this is the information that you'll have about each subscriber. If you come down here, you can see that I had connected it to my WooCommerce, so I've got some Woo things there, and you can add custom fields if you need specific information as well. For groups, this is what I use to group my customers by various things. And because this is my pitch clips one, you'll see that I have subscribers that are my new web maintenance customers that I send information to. I have some ClickBart customers. I have just a general newsletter, etc. And then segments is similar to groups, but segments is I kind of think of it as like a ever-changing group, because you set up parameters and that is automatically updated depending on what the customer's doing. Whereas groups, you say, here's my group, here's the people that I want in my group. So if I go to segments, if I wanted to create a segment, and I'm just going to call this one testing segment. I don't really use segments very much. So I could say, I want people whose fields, whose, I don't know, country is US. And you can actually add a condition. So you could say and then you could do or. So in this case, it updated down here. If I scroll down, I could see people who were now in this segment. Now, anytime a subscriber is added and their country equals US, then they're going to be added to this segment. So that segment is going to be ever growing and ever changing. If someone left or someone moved to a different country and updated their information, that would change. So I don't really use segments very much. I just haven't found a great use for it. Groups I do use. I set up a specific group, for example, test group. So after you set up the group, you would go into subscribers and you would choose a subscriber. I'm going to block out their name, but I selected a subscriber and I would add them to a group. And then you choose the new group, test group, add. Now, if I go over to my groups, you'll see that my test group now has that one subscriber. In this case, though, I'm going to delete that test group. Let me go over here to forms. You can create forms, landing pages, embedded forms, and I never used a promotion. So with the landing page, that's just a page where people would land on to enter in their information. I actually highly recommend just creating the landing page on your website. That way, if you ever switch email providers, you don't have to worry about going down and chasing all these different places. It's just all on your website. And I actually recommend the same thing with forms and pop-ups. I recommend using a third-party service on your website. Anything from, if you have the Divi theme, you can use Bloom or something like Access Ally, or MailMunch is another one. And then what you do is you just connect that service on your website. You connect it to Mailerlite. And that way, again, if you ever changed from Mailerlite to something else, you don't have to go back and chase down links to forms that you actually only created in Mailerlite. Let me show you a couple different examples. So over here on my opt-in page on Pitch Clips, I have a little sign-up form here. And then if you go back here on my back end, I'm actually using Bloom to connect it. And that's kind of specific to the Divi theme. So you'll see my general opt-in page here. And all I did was, if I go to settings, I just connect it to my Mailerlite. So on this site, for example, here's a form. This one is created using Thrive Leads. And I'm going to go to the settings and just show how it was connected. So it's connected to Mailerlite right here. And if she were ever needing to switch platforms, she could literally just edit that connection. She wouldn't even have to change out the form. It would just send to MailChimp or whatever else she chose to. Connecting your forms to your email provider is kind of for another tutorial. So let's say your forms are connected and you've got subscribers coming in, and then Mailerlite, you're going to have two different ways of sending emails. You have what are called campaigns and automation. So campaigns are just your one-off emails. So for example, for some of my clients, I sent a notice that I was going to be out of town, and so therefore I'd be a little slow to respond. I sent an information about a contact form problem that was affecting all websites that I was helping control. And then earlier this year when WordPress did a major update, I just reminded them, please don't update because it might break their website. We had to wait till WordPress kind of worked out some of the kinks. For my other TPT store, I send things like just sell information or just one-off information about new blog posts and stuff like that. You can also set up what we call automated series of emails. That means if something happens, then a series of emails will be sent. So for example, when I have, and I just have a couple for Pitch Clips right now. So if I have a new web maintenance customer join me, then I send them a series of emails with some of my past tips and just a couple other information. And so that is set up, and I'll kind of show you. And that is set up that when a subscriber joins a specific group, and I'm going to turn it off for just a minute. You have to turn it off to edit it. When a subscriber joins a group, the web maintenance customers, then they'll get all this stuff. You can repeat the workflow for subscribers who join the same group. So let's say that somebody opted in and then they opted in again, you can set it to resend them. And if you have WooCommerce, you can activate the e-commerce tracking. So when a subscriber joins a group, they're going to get my first initial email. There's my subject line, and then you can edit your email content. I could use Google Analytics to track clicks, the language, and I'm going to click save. Then I added a little wait period. So every time you want to add something else, you just click an action and you have either send an email, you can do a delay, there can be a condition, or an action. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and show you a couple. So I have wait 2 days, and then they get another email, and then I have various wait periods, and I have some emails that they'll get until at the very end, they're removed from the new web maintenance customers, and I could add another action. You can do update a field, copy to a group, move to a group, mark as unsubscribed, which you probably wouldn't want to do. You could come in here and you could do a condition. Let's say that I sent this email and they clicked any link. I'm going to click save. So they got this email and they clicked any link, then this series of things would happen. And if you had this email, but they didn't click a link, then this series of emails would happen. So you could go in here and you could add an email, and you could go here and add a different email. So depending on what they did, they would get different emails. So basically you just kind of go through here and you just build up a bunch of series of if this, then that. Now, most of mine is pretty straightforward. They join a group, they get an email, wait a couple days, get another email, wait a week, get another email, etc. So let me go ahead and delete this. And if I delete this, I'm going to delete all the branches below it, turn that back on, and then I'll show you the other automation that I have. So this one is very, very straightforward. I just wanted an automatic way that when they joined my new web maintenance customers, that I didn't forget to add them to my regular web maintenance customers. So I have some emails that I send to people that are brand new to my maintenance, and then I have some emails that I send to all of my maintenance customers. So it just says when they join a group, copy them to this group, and then that's it. Automations are often used for like a series of sales emails. Like if they opt in or they click a link that they like, this product on math, then maybe you send them more information about math. And if they didn't click a link, maybe you write back and you say, try to entice them with something more. Hey, I thought you might really be interested in this other thing, blah, 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 blah. So you just kind of have to play around with that. So those are automatic emails that go out. And then again, these are the campaigns, the one-off emails that go out. So that means that people won't automatically get them. You have to create a campaign, and I'll go through that. So I'm going to show you how to create an email under campaigns, because it's the same as if you were creating an email under campaign as if you were under automation. The difference is under automation, of course, that one email is in a series of emails or actions. But creating the email is kind of the same. So I'm going to click Create Campaign. And with campaigns, you have 4 different options. A regular campaign is just an email with a simple subject line. An A/B split campaign means you're going to test something. So you might test 2 different subject lines, which means subject line A will be sent to half, subject line B will be sent to the other half, and it'll tell you which one did better. You could test the from name. You could test the email content. You could actually send 2 different emails and see which one did better. Auto resend is not available on the free plan, but basically it just says, hey, I'm going to resend this email to people who didn't open. And you could change an email subject. You could change the subject and personal message, and you could change the subject and the content. So you would have a different subject for the first email that went out, and then if it didn't open, then people would get the second one. But that's not available on the free plan. An Rss campaign basically means any time that you update a blog post, it's going to be sent to your subscribers. So if you blog a lot and you want your blog posts automatically sent to your subscribers, you can go ahead and set up the Rss campaign, and it'll walk you through it. I'm just going to set up a regular campaign just to show you. Except I can't spell campaign. You can add an emoji, eggplant, why not? Okay, next for content, you can look at their template gallery, some of the emails they already have kind of set up for you. If you have sent a recent email, then you can just base your current email on one of those. I'm just going to start from scratch, and I'm going to use just the classic drag and drop editor. I think that's the easiest. So it's going to go ahead, and it already has your address here, and I already have a little header. If you didn't, then you can go back and add one. If you're using this one, you're going to use this area. Don't leave this where it says use this area. This is a, I don't know, Like math, keep on reading. It's just like a little preview text that appears as if you open your email program. That's like the preview text that you would have. Click save and then drag content blocks here. You could do an image. You can upload an image. I'll just use my logo. You save that. You can link your image. You can add some text. We'll put some text here. Edit your text. This is some great text. Click save. You can add your social links. Just come down here and you just link to your Facebook page, link to Twitter, click save. So just build it any way you want. And then when you're done editing, click done editing. And you can click all active subscribers to send it to everyone. You can send it to segments. You can also send it to groups. So in this case, I might want to send to all active subscribers. And next you would review and confirm. You can preview, you can send yourself a test email. So I'm going to do that real quick just to show you what it would look like. So you can see that little preview. It's like, hey, this email came from you. That's weird. So you can just kind of take a look at what your email would look like. You can test the links. And that social media didn't appear because I never actually added the links. So if you go in the inbox, see that like math, keep on reading. That's that little preview. So at this point, you can schedule it. You can send now, you can send later, you can use Google Analytics, and you can click send. In my case, I don't want to send it, so I'm just going to click campaigns, and it's automatically saved as a draft. Now, real quick, I'm going to create another one, and I'm just going to use it as, I'll do an A/B split, and I'll use the other editor. So this time I'm going to use the new drag and drop editor, which is fine. It's just a different one of using it. So it's going to start you off with a little template. I actually go ahead and delete all of that. And you can go down here and you see all the different blocks. And you have, I'm going to delete this too. Maybe I'll try this footer, or maybe you like this footer. Obviously you don't want both of them. So I'll choose a little footer. And then you can just go around and play with this. So maybe I want a logo and some social links. So you go here and you're going to want to change that. So I'll upload my logo. Select that. And I want to link my logo to my website. You would link to your Facebook page. I'm just linking to whatever. You can delete it. You can add another social link, maybe YouTube. Obviously link to yours. And then you could add your text. You can add an image. So with the image, you want to browse in images. You can select a different one. This was me showing some stuff. Change your text. I'm going to click save. I'm done editing. Obviously work a little harder to make your email look a little better. Choose which subscribers you want it to have. So let's say you choose all subscribers. Review and confirm. So it's going to send to 25% will get that A, 25% will get B, and the rest will get the winner. How should a winner be chosen? That looks fine. Review and confirm. And then this is where, of course, you could schedule it. I don't want to schedule it since it's just a test campaign. So that's kind of the basics of how to set up your account and how to set up campaigns. Let me know if you have any questions.